You know, right now, looking at the iPhone market in late 2025, it is honestly a little bit crazy. I mean, Apple just dropped the iPhone 17 lineup, and suddenly we have more options than ever before. You've got the shiny new stuff, the older Pros, the budget options, and if you're sitting there wondering which one is actually worth my money going into 2026, so I decided to make this video, the only iPhones worth buying for 2026. I've basically spent the last few weeks retesting everything from the older models that are still secretly great all the way up to this new iPhone 17 Pro to figure out which ones are actually a smart buy right now. Because let's be real, not every iPhone on the shelf is a good deal anymore. Some are, well, they're kind of value traps. So today I'm going to break down my personal list of the best value for money iPhones you can grab for 2026. And just a heads up, if I skip a model you love, it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that for the price, it's maybe not the best value for me. It really depends on you. If you can grab a model I didn't list for a stealing price, go for it. But generally speaking, this is the list that makes sense right now. So whether you are on a tight budget or you're ready to drop top dollar, I've got you covered. Let's get into it. Okay, let's start from the bottom, the cheaper end. The iPhone 13. So for me, this is the minimum model I'd recommend you buy right now. If you want something that's still worth using in 2026, the price on this thing is really great now. Like, it definitely has that value for money factor. It's still fast, the design is modern enough, and the camera, it's actually next level because it adopted that sensor shift OIS technology from the 12 Pro Max. I mean, that really helps for taking pictures in every situation. The sensor size is bigger than the 12 and you get cinematic mode, which honestly is still pretty versatile even today. Plus you've got 5G and the thermal management is way more mature than the iPhone 12 was. So if you're on a budget but want an iPhone that'll last through 2026, this is it. Software-wise, I'm optimistic it'll support iOS 28, maybe even get to iOS 29, so you're good for a while. The only downsides, it still uses Lightning port and we're all on USB-C now. And the display is just 60 Hz, not ProMotion. Also, the RAM is just 4 GB. For casual stuff, social media browsing, it's totally fine. But for multitasking, you might see apps reloading in the background. But hey, the chip is fast, so the reload is fast too. Just keep an eye on battery health if you're buying used, because these are 4 years old now. Moving up, we have the iPhone 13 Pro. This is the minimum Pro model I recommend. It's pretty much the same mature product as the base 13, but with some massive plus points. The big one, the display, it's ProMotion. It's that really fluid 120 Hz that can ramp down to 10 Hz. It just feels so smooth, and once you use it, you can't go back. Also, you get 6 GB of RAM instead of 4 GB. That really helps keep those background apps running, making the whole multitasking experience way better. And of course, you get that 3x telephoto lens, great for portraits, great for zooming. The downsides are the same. Lightning port, battery health checks needed. But for the price, it's a gold tier value phone. Next on the list is the iPhone 15. This is still a great base model. You get the dynamic island, which keeps it looking modern and relevant. You get that 48 megapixel camera, a more comfy design with the rounded edges, and finally, USB-C. The battery endurance is also really solid because of the newer standards, and if you prefer a larger phone, the 15 Plus is a beast for battery. It'll easily last you all day, maybe 2 with moderate usage. The downside, the display is just 60 Hz, not ProMotion, and it lacks Apple Intelligence. To be honest, AI is cool, but for a lot of people, it's not a huge deal yet. I mostly use third-party stuff like Gemini anyway, so if you don't care about on-device AI, the 15 is a solid pickup. Now, the iPhone 15 Pro. This was a huge upgrade. This is where Apple really set new boundaries. This is the minimum requirement if you want Apple Intelligence. Even though, Apple's AI is still catching up to competitors, it's a feature that's only going to get better. Design-wise, this was the first titanium phone. It feels premium, super light, and those rounded edges are very comfy. You also get the action button, a neat little trick in high-speed USB-C 3.0. That is a game changer if you transfer files. I put this in the gold tier with the 13 Pro because the price is affordable now and the features are great, but, and this is a big but, heat management. This was the first iPhone to run console-level games, AAA titles. The raw performance is there, but Apple hadn't quite figured out the thermals with titanium yet. It can get warm, but if you want a compact, powerful device and can live with a little heat, it's a great deal. Okay, Getting into the new stuff, the iPhone 17. I honestly believe this will be one of the most successful iPhones ever made. It is the ultimate all-rounder with a stealing price. If you don't need ProRAW or ProRes video, buy this. Apple was really kind-hearted this year. I really appreciated it. Why? Because they finally gave us ProMotion, 120Hz on the base model. Finally, the bezels are so thin, there's basically no gap to the Pro models anymore. You get 256 gigabytes base storage, that new 18 megapixel front camera, and a chip that beats last year's 16 Pro Max in benchmarks. Also, the size bumped up to 6.3 inches, so it's a bit bigger, a bit better. It's just a really great deal. And finally, the big one, the iPhone 17 Pro. Full disclosure, this is my daily driver. I have it in silver, and I have reasons for that. We'll get to it. I upgraded from the 15 Pro, skipped the 16 Pro, and the jump is significant. First off, the camera. As a content creator, this is huge. I record in 4K, and where my 15 Pro used to get hot, this 17 Pro stays cool. Why? Because Apple ditched titanium and went back to a unibody aluminum design with a new vapor chamber. I know people say aluminum is a downgrade material, and I agree. When you hold it, yeah, titanium feels denser, but this unibody aluminum combined with that vapor chamber, it manages heat like a champ. I've been using this for over 2 months heavily, and I've never felt it get properly hot. Even shooting 4K 120 FPS in the sun, it gets warm but not hot. It's a huge upgrade in thermal engineering. Now, let's talk about the design and the scratch gate thing. You might have seen the reports about the cosmic orange or deep blue colors scratching easily or discoloring. That's why I chose silver. It looks minimalist, elegant, and it hides micro scratches way better. If you buy this phone, please consider the silver or just use a case. The aluminum is softer than steel or titanium, so be aware of that. Performance-wise, it's insane. I ran Geekbench 6 and the multi-core score is actually above the iPad Pro with the M2 chip. That is desktop level performance in a pocket. And the camera zoom, I really like that they went with a 4x optical zoom setup. It feels like the sweet spot for me, way more useful than the 5x sometimes. Plus that 40 megapixel triple camera system, the detail is just wild. So is it worth it? If you're coming from a 15 Pro or older, absolutely. It's not just an incremental upgrade this year, it's a functional one. The battery, the thermals, the screen, it's the complete package. So, those are my thoughts. The iPhone 13 for the budget conscious, the 17 for the smart money, and the 17 Pro. If you want that desktop level power without the heat, I want you guys to cross-check me on this. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my list, or if you think I missed a hidden gem. If I'm wrong, correct me. Let's make the discussion in the comments great. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.